Well, hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I am Susan, your hostess. I'm walking out to the chicken pen. I've got to come out here and water my plants and see if they're doing okay, because we haven't really had any rain, which is a good thing because we want to get our garden in. So y'all just hang out with me for a little bit as I walk out here. How do you like the bonnet? It brings back memories of my grandmother and her going out to her garden wearing her bonnet. She made me a bonnet when I was a child, so it makes me happy. We're going to go into the chicken coop, and we have a grow out pen inside the big hen chicken coop so the hens can get familiar with these babies. I'm going to switch the camera around. Hang on just a moment. Inside the coop, and I'm just going to walk over here. We've got some hardware wire up, and I'm going to get up here. Maybe you can see them a little bit clearer. And yeah, they're flighty. There they are. So they got about a 5 by 10 space right now. They're running around. They're learning how to roost. They got a low roosting post, and then they got 2 roosting posts that are higher as they get bigger. And my husband used hardware wire on this and some 2x4s to build the wall. And we had to use some bread ties because we ran out of the zip ties. So hang on to those bread ties, y'all. You never know when you're going to need them. They came in handy. And there are those babies. Look how pretty they're coming out. I do see some that are Americanas in there. I've got some in there. I'm not sure what they are. And we will find out as they get bigger. I do know that I've got at least one roux in there from the way the tail is going. This one walking in the front there, I do believe may be a roux because the feathers are getting very long on the tail. They have not developed a red cone yet, and I'm kind of looking at their tail feathers to see what I think. There may be 1 or 2 roux in here, which is to be expected even when they sex them. Get you up here where you can see them again. We've got a water feeder and a food feeder next to each other, and they can eat all they want because they are growing. These are probably about, I would say 6.5, maybe 7.5 weeks. I think I made a mistake on my last video as to their age because they've been in the house for a while. So they're getting quite a good size on them now. But for the majority of them, I think they're female. And they are very, very content. When I come out here in the morning, all the hens and the roux are over here looking at them. So they're getting to be familiar with these new grow outs, and in a few weeks we will be introducing them to the entire flock, but they need to be almost the size of the flock before we introduce them. If we get them in there too soon, they will be pecked and killed, so we don't want that to happen. And we're going to start introducing them to the grown-up feed here probably in the next week or 2, and that'll help them to continue to grow and get stronger. So this was a good lot that we bought, and I'm really thrilled with them. We got some down here over in the corner there that are just looking for bugs and preening themselves and just checking out their new digs. And our big hens are enjoying their breakfast. And I got one that's kicking all the feed out of the bucket. We're going to go down here and see all our broody hens. We got one on the nest here. That's our Buff Orpington. She's a pretty lady. We got a Dominicker or Barred Rock, whichever one you want to call it, up there. And got a Barred Rock. And that gray one is an Americana. She's been our broody hen for a while now. We've replaced the eggs underneath her because the first batch did not hatch. And we're hoping we'll get some babies out of this second batch. And then we have one of our little brown hens right there. It's a view that you can see that the babies are inside the big coop. And I see my husband's put some fresh straw into the tire. I am not seeing any eggs in the tire, so we may have to take that out. There's our two turkey hens, and we did lose our two turkey poults, unfortunately. Rule King is supposed to replace any of the fowl if something happens to them. So we're hoping that they will replace those two, but we also think we have a couple more turkeys coming. Joke, 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 joke. Joke, 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 joke. Y'all are quiet this morning. I haven't got out here and weed it yet, y'all, but I'm going to get out here hopefully sometime next week and get all this weeded. But I just want to give this pepper plants a little bit of water and the celery since it hasn't rained. It is early in the morning and it is still really cool out, so I don't think it's going to hurt them to water them now. But I normally water in the evening, and I see I've got something eating on my leaves already, so I'm going to have to get out here and put something on my plants to keep them from being eaten up. I may mix up some dish soap and just come out here and spray the leaves. So I want it to come out here and check my plants, and I'm going to walk around. Y'all pardon all the weeds out here. We are still waiting on a lawnmower. And I've got to get over here to my dill, and I'm going to put some water on them. And I may be able to reach, yeah, I can reach the ginger root. I'm going to give that a good dousing. Well, I just watered the tomatoes. I think my thing went off. And I don't see any hornworms on them yet, so I think we're going to be okay with that. Throw some more water on a couple more of these. I still got a little bit of water in my water. Come around on this side. Hopefully we'll do a little better this year than we did last year. Alright, I got to go to the other spigot. We have 2 spigots on this property because at one point there was 2 mobile homes on here. And when we bought it, we didn't realize that there was a second lot up here that had a septic system in place. But, and it's fairly a new septic system, so if we decide to put a mobile home up here or build a little shop area up here, we can do that. Ooh, I'm getting out of breath, y'all. That's a little hike up here. This is behind the chicken pen. Yeah, and I'll turn the spigot on. I'm certainly getting my exercise this morning. Let me tell you. Whew. We are getting our exercise. And I see my water's coming out this hose, so hang on a minute. I've got to carry that with me. Whew. Sun's behind me, so I'm looking a little dark there. Get this hose up here and get my watering can filled up. I didn't realize my husband had disconnected the extension on that one. This is the reason I wear muck boots, because I never know when I'm going to be walking in mud or water. And we're going to get this one filled up. Well, I'm going to have to move it up a little closer. Where there's a will, there's a way. There we go. I'm just going to go stick this end over in the duck water. Yeah. All right, y'all. Hang on. We're going over to our cayenne peppers. So y'all gonna see a little bit of grass in my shadow. I'm sorry, but I can only hold this camera a certain way when I'm carrying a watering jug and a stick for my cane. And we are here. So I'm just gonna get some water in there around these plants before it gets too warm. Give them a little bit of a drink. Almost done. They're looking good. It doesn't look like anything's been eating on the leaves over here. Got one more to water. Alrighty. Got that chore done. So I'm down this way. I'm going to go ahead and put my watering can up. We have a little shelf in here that we keep our gas cans and my watering can on, and trying to keep the chickens from laying eggs up here. So it goes right up there. There it is with the gas cans. This is a little shed he built to keep our lawnmower under. One more trek up the hill to turn our water off. And I've got to go in and pick some soap water in a spray bottle and come back out and spray my plants that are being attacked. And I think I'll go ahead and spray my tomato plants as well. And maybe that will keep these old pesky hornworms that will come out soon from tearing up my tomato plants. So here we go up this little incline. I'm not very good at carrying a selfie stick and walking, y'all, so you forgive me. I still haven't got the hang of it. Okay, the water is off, and I'm heading back down the hill. We're going to turn the camera around and see what our chickens are doing here in just a moment. If they're out in the yard, they may have wandered off to the front already. We're hopefully going to be getting our backyard fenced in and getting our garden area put in. So that may come all at once. I don't know. But we'll find out. Okay, they're over there drinking some water. And the blackberries are looking really, really good, y'all. They are looking really good. He's got to get out here and weed eat around them again. And I need to get out here and do a little bit of weeding in the bed. This one's got some more plants coming up. They are looking really, really good. So I'm not seeing any problems with them so far. And we got another hen up here. Y'all have to pardon the buckets and stuff going on. We've started adding the bedding from our chickens and ducks to our mulch barrels. And he's probably going to get out here and turn it a little bit and then close them up. But right now that's what's going on here. I think y'all can really see the buds on this thing now. It is just loaded. I'm so glad that it came back. We thought we had lost it. We had that freeze earlier this year, and I thought for sure it was a goner. But thankfully it's come back since my husband trimmed it up. That dill is starting to perk up. Hopefully the rest of it will come back. There was 4 little plants, so hopefully it'll pop back up. Out here, Missy. What you doing? Ooh, we got some work to do out here. Look at the lilies, y'all. Aren't they gorgeous? I just absolutely love these lilies. I got to get out here and put my bowl on that. And I really need to get out here and do a little bit of weeding out here. And I need to pick some mint for my tea that I'm going to make. I may have to come out here with cutters. I can't get that one to break. Here's my spray bottle, y'all. And I just write on it dish soap. I fill it up to where the neck starts with water, and then I add my soap until it's almost full, and it works really well. We're going to get these sprayed. I'm going to spray the celery as well because I don't want anything eating on that either. Good coating on them. Make sure all the leaves are covered. I'm going to walk around and get the other two. And that will just kind of keep them from, these bugs don't like soap like we don't like to taste soap either. And these little critters that will climb up in there. Make sure it's running down that stem. I don't want them eating my plants, so and y'all can see I did not use a whole lot of soap. That's on my tomatoes and the bell peppers and the celery there. Won't take long for this to dry, and that will hopefully keep the critters off my plants. I've harvested 2 types of mint. This first mint is peppermint, and it smells really, really good. And this one, it's got a little bit of a ruffle to the leaf, a little texture. I call this one double mint. It's a little bit stronger, and they're going to be going into some tea that I'm making for me to be drinking on, and I will be doing that in another video. So y'all be watching for that. Isn't she cute? She's a cute little basket my friend picked up for me at a thrift store or an antique mall somewhere, and I love her. Well, y'all, that's it for today. My thermometer outside is not correct. It is not 75 yet, I don't believe. I'll have to go check the temperature though. But that's my little basket sitting up there on the post. I love it. Thank you for watching, everybody, and y'all be blessed.